Every goalkeeper who ever lived has lost the same prize. One man in black won it. And in over 60 years, no keeper has ever done it again. They called him a spider. And the body that made him a legend was taken from him, piece by piece. He kept goal behind the Iron Curtain, for one club his entire life. He wore black from head to toe, and he did it on purpose. To a striker bearing down on goal, he did not look like a man. He looked like a shadow that filled the whole net, but it was not the color that terrified them. He did something almost no keeper of his time dared to do. He charged off his line, snatched crosses out of the air, and started attacks with his bare hands. He did not just guard a goal. He ran the entire defense from inside it. By some counts, he stopped more than 100 penalties. Picture it, a striker standing 12 steps away, certain to score, and the shadow swallows the ball. Again, and again, and again. So, in 1963, the sport handed him the impossible. Its greatest individual prize, the Golden Ball for the best player alive, went to a goalkeeper for the very first time. It has never gone to one since. 60 years later, he is still the only keeper to win it. He had already won an Olympic gold in his continent's first ever championship. At his farewell match, 100,000 people packed the stadium. The greatest stars on earth flew in just to say goodbye to the man in black. But the body that had filled the goal began to betray him. The legs that carried him across his goal for 20 years slowly turned against him. And in 1984, the doctors took one of them. The man who once seemed to have 8 arms now moved on a single leg. The shadow that had filled an entire net could barely cross a room. And still, weeks before the end, his nation named him a hero. He died in 1990, at 60, a year and a half before his own country vanished from the map. The greatest goalkeeper who ever lived spent his last years as a shadow of the shadow. But no keeper, in all the decades since, has ever touched his crown. Every goalkeeper who came after still plays in the shade of the man in black. Greatest keeper ever, or a myth dressed in black? Verdict in the comments. A new legend every night.